Hey, Dreamweavers! Welcome back. We are the voice of the unseen, and we are listening for the messages from our spirits of the white light, higher beings, ancestors, and our angels. All right, so let's get right into this reading for you today. Really good. So we're gonna start with we're going to set the tone, right? We're going to set the tone for the reading, and we're setting the tone with an action card. This card says action, and it says, My divine action incites love and harmony. I am aware of my thoughts and driven by positive forces. I listen to my heart. My desire to manifest light transforms tests into growth, challenges into opportunity, and fear into love. Spirit says you passed the test, Pisces. You have taken darkness, turned it to light. You've not let the darkness, the tests, and the challenges that have come at you, you have not let that stop your growth, or you haven't let it even take your ability to love away. You are open. You're open to opportunity. Like, it's like you were able to take every bad situation, and you did this. You did this. Every time you had fear, you reached for spirit. You did the right thing. You, instead of taking that fear and projecting it onto someone else, you took that fear and you turned it into love by calling on your spirit team, by calling on whatever you could to muster up the whatever little bit of strength you could to keep you going, so that you could manifest light out of the darkness. You could make a light. And you know, their spirit knows how you did this. These are your actions, but there are people around you who don't understand this, right? There are people around you who project their darkness onto you, who are quite shocked when they see the light reflecting back at them. Your superpower. This is your superpower. So let's see what the message is. Let's see what the message is from Spirit this morning. We have an angel number card for you. We're going to get into that. But let's see the message. So in your recent past, you were feeling imprisoned, stuck, locked down. And this is where that action card came in. You took divine action. You took inspired action to release yourself from these chains of imprisonment. And this is emotional imprisonment. This is possibly, hopefully not physical imprisonment, but maybe some of you, but if some of you were imprisoned, like you release, like you learn the lesson. We all make mistakes. And then you learn the lessons and release yourself, and you came out even a better person, right? You came out, you made the best of the situation, and you took that as an opportunity to grow. And you saw it for what it was. And you were able to, right underneath that is the break free card. It's like you were able to break yourself free by seeing things for what it is. So by being in your truth, whatever it is, whether it was dark or whether it was light, you started to see things for what it is. And when things look bleak or like doom and gloom, you were able to either find the light in the situation, which in turn led you to more light. How do I want to say this? It led you to others in your life that had more light to give to illuminate your path. So let's read this card. You're being asked to break free from the tribe in order to live your authentic life. This isn't easy, but it's very necessary. If you're going to share your true self with others, be brave, be real, be you, and trust that those who love you will always be there for you. Exactly. You decided to break free from old habits, break free from what you were told you were supposed to do, break free from you broke free from whatever the systemic whatever the systemic hold was in your life, like the traditions that other people set for you that were not serving you. The things that people said, this is the way when family said to you or friends said, this is the way we do things. You said, no, that doesn't work for me. It's not of the light. It's not of the light. This makes me feel tied up. And that's how this feeling, this after experiencing this type of feeling, it's something that once you see it for what it is, you can't go back. Who wants to go back there? Who wants to go back there? Nobody wants to go back to imprisonment or feeling enslaved. No one wants to do that. And so once you see things for what it is, that you have situations or people that are trying to put you in this neat little bubble to serve their purpose, right? Because that's what it's about. It serves the purpose not for you, it serves a purpose for someone else. Once you realize that and you break free, it's like you become who you are. You become the love and light that you are, but that's a choice, right? That's not something it's not easy to do, right? Because it's not good or bad, it's just not for you. Whatever the traditions were, whatever those things were that others were doing and that they were telling you that this is how it's done, was not for you, and it wasn't serving you. And in order to be able to stand in your power and tell someone, when you have 10 people, if you're in a group of 10 people, right, and everyone's doing things and there's a status quo, and you say you're not doing it, of course, you become the black sheep. You become the oddball. Like, what's wrong with you, right? But you realize that you couldn't follow the crowd anymore. You had to break free from the tribe. This was not your tribe. When you feel this way, anytime you get in a group or you get in a group, you talk to people who make you feel imprisoned to their thoughts, because thoughts should flow freely. We should be able to talk to each other, have differences of opinion, do things differently, but still get along and be respectful. But when someone doesn't respect your ideals, what you say is good for you, and they try to exert control over your thoughts, over your actions, that's not your tribe. Your tribe are the people that allow your thoughts to flow freely. Unless your thoughts are the same as that group. If you are aligned with that, with the way everyone's thinking, then that's just the way you are. But be careful with that. Be careful with group thinking, because group thinking doesn't always serve the whole group. Group thinking usually has a few people that it serves, and it serves them if you follow the leader. So you want to make sure that you are in your thoughts are independent of others, even if you realize at the end that yes, you are aligned with them, but you've come to that conclusion for yourself and you've shined the light on things for yourself of what works for you. So with that said, the next card, the next topic that Spirit wanted to share with you is that the answers you seek will be through going to school. It doesn't have to be. Sometimes it's the school of life. A lot of your answers have been through the school of life, right? By following the crowd and finding out that, you know what, following the crowd does not serve you. A lot of it for you has been through the school of life, but it will also be through mentors, right? Maybe people that you follow online who are like-minded, right? And don't forget that when you follow someone, when you have an idea about something, as we learn, right? It's so easy to get stuck in our way. It's like being on social media and you start looking up a topic, right? And more about that topic, or you have a point of view and you start pulling in, let's say, the news. I don't do a lot of the news, but we're going to use the news for example. So you start watching a news story and then you have a certain news media that has a certain opinion, a certain way about a certain thing. And you start watching that and then you get fed more of the same, right? So part of understanding the school of life, part of educating yourself is also making sure that you understand the opposite point of view, right? Because if you don't have the other side, if you don't know what the other side thinks, how can you make a truly informed decision about what you think? Because if you're just following the one school of thought, right? If you're just following one school of thought, that's groupthink. How are you going to think something else? How can you think something different? So it's always, I always find anyway that it's good. And I don't know why I felt to bring this up, but that's what Spirit said to say to you today, that you want to make sure that you're looking at both sides of the coin, right? And you might find a middle ground. You might be more here, more to the left, more to the right. And I'm not talking politics here, but whatever it is that you are, whatever your thoughts are, it's an independent thought. And then, part of your schooling also is through their spiritual school. Like, it's through meditation, speaking to your guides. That's your school. This is where, at this point in your life, yes, you can take a class. You'll be guided if you need to actually take a physical class or something. Spirit will guide you, but you are in the school of the spirit realm, where you will be getting downloads now. See how she's holding on, how this angel is holding on to her, almost like she's whispering in her ear or his ear, right? And guiding them. This is the school that you've been through the school of hard knocks. You've been through this school here on earth already. You've learned some good lessons. Now it's time for you to get your downloads as your gifts come in. And part of this is part of your plan, right? This all is supporting your life's purpose, but part of this is you going out and supporting others, right? And this is going to require that you step back. You have to step back. And that's what I was saying earlier, right? You have to step back from your life to gain perspective. If you just have tunnel vision, you can't gain a clear perspective of the situation. You don't have a clear perspective of what steps to take next. Sometimes you have to step outside of yourself. You know, I say this a lot, especially when it comes to how we speak to ourselves, right? You have to take a step back sometimes. Sometimes we speak so negatively to ourselves. And it's insane because when we're talking to someone else, the way we speak to ourselves is not the way and not the things that we would say to them. But taking a step back and stepping out of yourself and saying to yourself, if someone else, if this other person, right, was in this situation and came to me with the same situation, what would I say to them? And then say that to yourself. Say that positive thing to yourself, because you deserve that also. And you know, it can be hard to make decisions. Yeah, you have, you know, sometimes we think when we take a step back, even if you're working on a project, right? We think we have to rush through and get it done. But when you rush through and do something, a lot of times you make mistakes and then you have to go in, you end up taking 10 steps back because you see all the mistakes that you've made. But if as you go along the way, as you're on your path, and if you don't rush it, I can almost guarantee that you will get done and you will reach your endpoint a lot quicker because you will course correct sooner, right? And so by the time you get to the end of your path, you won't need to take 10 steps back. You might have to take half a step back because you might say, oh, I missed this here, but you didn't miss 10 steps behind you or 20 steps behind you where you have to go back, because every step you miss along the way, guess what? Means that when you took the next step, maybe it was a wrong step. So now you have a lot of steps to correct because your actions that you took based on the misstep may not have been correct. So this is very important to take that step back, right? So as this is part of your seeking, this is part of seeking your answers is taking a step back, is taking a rest, taking a break to get another perspective. Sometimes it's a matter of you're working on something, right? You want to get it done. You have a deadline. And then you just, you know what? You're just done for that night. You're done for that day. And you have to step away for a few hours, come back the next day, right? And sometimes what you need, the information that you need, the download that you needed to finish that project will come in 5 minutes after you got rest the next day, and you'll find you'll get it done in 5 or 10 minutes, as opposed to sitting there forcing it for 2 to 3 hours and doing it the wrong way. I don't know why I felt called to say that, but that's what I was called to say. And then you are part of your purpose. I feel like whatever it is that you're going to do is going to fully support you. So if there's something that you're being called to do, that you're being called by your spirits to do, your life's purpose is going to fully support you in every way, financially, spiritually, emotionally, physically. You will see and I think many of you already are starting to see that. Maybe I'm feeling maybe there was a little hesitancy to step into that purpose because that's not where you thought you would be. But as you step into it, you see that it fills you. You see that you're when it comes to this purpose in your life, you're getting up in the morning and you're ready to go. You're ready to do that thing, right? Doesn't mean that you quit your job, but you're ready to do that thing. And that thing is driving you. That thing is that purpose is fueling your passion, is fueling the fire inside of you. And then we have the card here that says speak up. What you are not saying what are you not saying that's eating you up? You can't keep this in forever. It's time to let it out so you can move on and be happy. All right. So part of your purpose is speaking your truth, letting it go, releasing it. I'm not saying put your business out there all over the place. Speak it out loud. Write it down in a journal. Speak your truth and see it for what it is and move on. It's time. Spirit says you've done all the work, but there's something that you're holding on to that may be painful, right? That you haven't written down. And it could be something, I'm feeling like it could be something about yourself. It doesn't necessarily need to be about someone else. It could be something about yourself, something that that you feel like you could have done better, and listen, we all have something in life that we could have done better, but remember that you got here by a little bit at a time, living in the moment, being in the moment, being brave and transmuting the dark to light. So part of transmuting that is just accepting it for what it is. And even when it's your shadow, right? And I know many of you have done the shadow work, but I feel like there's one thing where you're just like, maybe it's like the one last thing left that you think you're still trying to change. Release it and let spirit help you transmute that. It's time for you to be in your purpose and be present, right? And then your angel number is 999. Release what no longer serves you and prepare to embark on a new chapter filled with opportunities. That's it. That's it. All these actions, all these things, all this releasing is about you, has always been about you stepping into your purpose. Has actually been about you finding happiness in this life. This is where your purpose is where your happiness lies. And which means that this card says completion. This completes the cycle of shame. This completes the cycle of betrayal. This completes a cycle of fear, not knowing. This new cycle that you're stepping into is about maybe not knowing, but trusting. Trusting that you have the guidance, because if you look and you see how far that you've gotten already, Pisces, my darling Pisces, if you look and see how far you've come already, you had to have a lot of trust along the way. But I feel, every time there's something to release, sometimes maybe we don't trust. Maybe we take that step back and look, rethink it. maybe repeat a cycle, but you're done repeating cycles now. It's time for you to move into this new cycle of your life. Those repeated, you've learned the lessons already. So whatever this last thing is, and I'm really feeling it's not about anyone else. This is about you right now. Because it's the parts, it's the accountability is always the hardest part, right? And I know that you've taken a lot of accountability already. But it's like, damn, because now you know. Now you know what you didn't know, right? But that's the whole idea. It's that now you know you didn't know. So it's time to completely forgive yourself, to close out this cycle and move forward, because your purpose is coming right at you. 999. I'm going to actually look that. I'm not really, I'm going to see if there are any other messages for you from angel number 999, because, when the numbers are it's stronger. So this is like a strong completion. There are three nines here, right? It's an end of a cycle. It signifies a time for closure and new beginnings, marking the conclusion of a cycle and the onset of a new one. As far as release and transformation, this number calls for letting go of the past and embracing change for transformative growth. It indicates readiness for spiritual growth and enlightenment. Exactly. Once you close this out, Pisces, and you may watch this and you may just finally decide as you're watching this that, you know what, you close this out and watch. Watch how quick those gifts come in, because these gifts help you jump a timeline. These gifts are on a higher vibration. And once you release this, you step into that next timeline, that higher vibration, and spirit can start releasing these gifts to you. And when I say spirit can start releasing these gifts to you, you've always had these gifts, but maybe you've been a little bit blind to them, but you will see that they start coming in as your connection with your spiritual connection. Wow. Someone doesn't want me to talk. As your spiritual connection gets stronger, these gifts are going to come in, and this could start today. You might see this and be like, yeah, the hell with that. I'm not holding on to this anymore. I'm good. I'm worthy of these gifts. Positive affirmations. And I know positive affirmations sounds like a lot of woo-woo, but when you say them and you really believe them, and you're ready to step into this next chapter, because let me tell you, what you have coming in for you, I'm about to show you what you have coming in for you. You don't want to take any, you don't want to take any of that stuff from the past with you, right? You want to take the lessons with you, because you don't want to repeat them. When you think, because we're human, right? So when you think you might want to go and give someone the benefit of the doubt when you know you shouldn't, you want to take those lessons with you so that you look and you go, not today, Satan. Not today. Because Spirit has called judgment. You have Archangel Michael, and you are stepping into your star power. And I wasn't, actually, this is interesting. I already feel like I have the vibe here. I pulled some vibe cards also, but I was shuffling and I wasn't going to pull tarot until the end. And this is what flew out. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have, we're just going to go with it. That's what spirit wants. That's what spirit wants to tell you. You're stepping. This is what you're stepping into. This is what you're crossing over to. This higher timeline. Time to shine. That's why spirit wants you to speak up. This is everything you need, including money, including, and it's not just about money. How about when you are happy, your energy, that exchange, that the energy you exchange with others is so much more fulfilling. So that energy is part of your currency, right? It's not just physical money. That positive energy brings in health. You might be feeling the healthiest that you felt in a long time. This release brings, I had someone tell me one time, and I bring this up a lot because when you hear it, you think, wow, like, really? What? Like, as you heal, like, you'll see the weight fall off. Like if you're looking to lose weight. And for me, that was a thing, right? That's been a thing. And it's like, you don't realize carrying all these burdens. You are carrying weight. And yes, when you start carrying burdens that you shouldn't carry, all these burdens that you are carrying, of course, it shows it's on the inside, and then it starts to show up on the outside. Just like your higher timeline and your higher vibration and your love and light, when you step into that and you you step out of fear and shame, that shines on the outside. This is going to be visible to everyone. Your beauty, you're just going to be on a whole new timeline, a whole new person. And this is a judgment call that from Spirit, Archangel Michael. Look, 6 of Pentacles in reverse at the bottom of the deck. And what I'm seeing from this is that Spirit is saying that you are no long. This is the 6 of Pentacles is about giving and receiving, right? It's about generosity. It's about financial stability, fairness, and equality. But when it's in reverse, it's about power imbalances. It's about debt, financial struggles, self-care, a need to focus on personal well-being. Well, here's the thing. Judgment has been called. No more of this. No more of overspending generosity. No more debt or financial struggle for you. Spirit has called judgment to turn this in the upright for you. And what I'm hearing is that it's already upright. You already have financial stability, but there's like this residual fear of what if I go back? You're not, if you are moving, if you are a Pisces who's moving into this timeline, who is you, and you are so supported through this in your purpose, and your purpose is going to support you, you don't have to worry. You will never go without. Never again. You've paid your dues. And that's been showing up a lot, that the karmic debt is paid. But it's time for you to speak up. It's time for you to receive those lessons that now this says this involves going to school, but I feel like this is the school, the spiritual school. This is Spirit giving you your downloads. It's time for you to receive your downloads. It's time. Look at this. So I pulled, let's do this first. When I pulled, these are my what's the vibe? Settled, secure, wealthy. authority, discipline, father figure. This, look everything that's coming in for you. What's the vibe? Like, this couldn't be any better. You've balanced out your masculine energy. You're bringing in your soul tribe, and you are settled, secure, and wealthy. Like, every card on this table is saying, it doesn't matter what deck I've pulled from this morning. Every deck, everything I've pulled from says that you are financially secure. You're no longer not you're no longer standing for power imbalances, people coming into your life and trying to overpower you. You are not going into anyone's life and trying to overpower them. You are taking care of yourself. You are not overextending to yourself at people. You're not overextending yourself to other people at the expense of your own health anymore. Your health is your wealth. Your time is your energy. All these things, your health, your health, your time, that's all currency. Because guess what? Nobody gets to the end of their life and goes, how much money do I have in the bank? As you get closer to the end of your life, what matters the most is the amount of time that you have left and your health. Because when your health is declining, your time declines. And the one thing that people always want more of is time and health. Think about that. And you have opportunities coming in. This card says lucky, chance, favorable. I mean, doors are opening up. Go as far as you want. Connected, social media. This is about, being seen with the star card here. I don't know what you guys do. Most people are seeing, there's movies and things like that, and the music industry, but there's, you can be seen on social media. Anyone can have a platform now these days to speak their truth. And speaking your truth doesn't have to be about putting anyone else down. It's just about speaking your truth, whatever that is for you. Because standing in your truth helps you and it helps others. And you have so many choices coming in, Pisces. It's not even funny. And it's not like you're going to pick the choice that's best for you. And the theme for you lately is that you need to be seen. You need to be seen. And it's really weird because I just heard like you might not even be on social media and you might be doing something and then someone picks it up and you're going to be seen. What, on what scale? I don't know. Could be worldwide. We have here social media, online network, web-based, whatever. And it doesn't have to be like worldwide, but it could be. This is the World Wide Web, right? Like it could be worldwide. But right now, everything is aligning and the circumstances are right to bring this in for you. It's time you let it out so you can move on and be happy. Let it out. Forgive yourself. You spent this last few years, I don't know how many years maybe you spent your whole life just breaking free from things, right? And feeling like you are like, wow, every time you break free, you have to let go of something, somebody, someplace, right? This last thing, when you release this last thing, if there's something that doesn't make sense to you, it's going to start making sense. You're going to see it's going to become so clear. It's going to become crystal clear. And this is going to hit you by surprise. This public recognition, this is going to hit you by surprise. You're not going to be expecting it. Most of you are going to see this and you're going to forget about it. You're going to be like, yeah, okay, whatever. It's going to, I of course, we can't say when. Could be 17 months from now. Could be a year, 2 years down the road. When you finally get that when you finally get that recognition, it's like you're going to have your head down, working in your purpose, doing your thing. And you're going to look up and you're going to be like, who are all these, who are all these people around me? Knight of Cups. You have at the bottom of this deck, you have people bringing you gifts, bringing you love, bringing you, this life that you're going to be living is going to be the life of princesses, like a Cinderella story. Any other messages for Pisces spirit? The Hierophant. You're creating your own traditions. You could be getting married. This is complete spiritual alignment. It's coming in. It's pretty amazing that spiritual alignment brings what kind of opportunities spiritual alignment brings in. I was on a web page, and it was like person after person after person was talking, and they were saying how oh, I used to be atheist. I didn't believe in all this spiritual stuff. And they said like all of a sudden they had like an awakening and they started to become a little bit more spiritual. I'm not talking about religion, spiritual. They started to tap into it and how much your life changes. So when we look at all the things and all and for each person, this imprisonment and the things that you had to break free from is going to look different, right? It depends on your path and what your purpose is, what the things are that you had to break free from. But when you look at all these things that seem like they were so horrible, and now you can look at them and see, wow, they really served me. Look where I'm at. I didn't see this coming. Look where I'm at because all these things happen. Because of all the trials and tribulations that I've been through. You're going to be like, damn, it was well worth it. Didn't seem like it at the time. But you're going to have a perspective shift. All right, let's pull a self-care oracle card to close this out, Spirit. Balance in your life. There's balance in your life. There's, I can't say the word, reciprocity. The people coming in your life, nobody's coming in to take. Jealousy, this and that. The people that are coming into your life are just going to like you for you. And guess what? Just be. Do you see how balanced, like you had masculine energy earlier, right? Because the masculine energy has to do, but just be. So this is your feminine energy. Just allow yourself to be. You don't have to prove a damn thing. Confidence will flow into you when you are divinely you. Just be you. Exactly. This is where your confidence comes from. It doesn't come from trying to be like anyone else or trying to fit in. It comes from being you, because being you attracts what's for you. When you try to be somebody else, who knows what you're attracting? Who knows what you're attracting? You know, you're attracting, when you try to be other people, you're attracting this. That's what you're attracting. That's the bottom line. But once you're just you, because we all have something in this life, we have things in this life that are ours. We came here to do something. We came here to live our purpose. And once we start to realize that that's not going to happen by mimicking anyone, by doing what somebody else does, that's when the magic happens. All right, Pisces, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Let's keep weaving that dream together, and I will see you in the next one. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, hit that subscribe button. It helps me, it helps the algorithm, and I will see you in the next one. I am sending you love.